All right, let's get this out of the way. Welcome into the Jets Afterburners podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Liam. I am being joined by two very special guests, none other than from the, I want to make sure I get this right, the Sick Podcast Talking Titans. We got Vinny and Jared in the house, a couple of Titans fans to do a little Jets versus Titans preview. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Thank you for reaching out and having us on. Going to be a must-win for both of us on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys actually fell a little short to the Chicago Bears. The New York Jets obviously fell short to the San Francisco 49ers. And you're right. It sounds like, it sounds a little crazy. It's only week 2, and we're talking about must-win games already, but it is a conference game. And this could make all the big, it could be a big decision heading into the postseason, whether we get a wild card spot or not. So this game could have some big repercussions later on in the season. What do you guys think?
Oh, absolutely. It's funny you said that, Liam. I had brought that up on our show on, I believe, Tuesday that, it is only week 2, but the AFC is loaded. So, one, you can't afford to fall behind, too far behind and start out 0-2. And 2, we're talking about 2 teams that could potentially, hopefully, be in that, wild card spot. Hopefully, we'd love to win a division. But, if not, this head-to-head matchup could be a determining factor on who gets one of those last wild card spots.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Sunday's going to be a true testament of the offense, too, because both of our defenses are pretty stout. I mean, we let up 148 yards to Caleb Williams. Not saying much. I mean, he was supposed to be this glorified rookie coming out of USC. You know how rookies debut, and, it's kind of a struggle for them, but we really showed, what a rookie, how we exposed a rookie. And now you turn to the page to Aaron Rodgers now, who's a proven veteran coming in here against the Titans. And you got to keep him, tame too. He's not as mobile as Caleb Williams, but I touched it on our show too as well. We got to pressure him, and just like we pressured Caleb Williams, to be able to disturb him and the pocket with your offensive line, because your offensive line is a little shaky now, right?
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have any injuries like you had last year, but it was shaky against that San Francisco front. So I think if we tame Rodgers and get after him, I think our defense is going to probably win this game for us, to be honest with you. But now going to the offensive side of the ball for us, we'll get to score predictions after. But going to the offensive side of the ball for us, you guys have a great defense, in my opinion. You got stars all over the field, just like us. But the way for the Titans to win this game on Sunday, in my opinion, is we got to see a lot of motions. You got to get Calvin Ridley involved, and just to see how you guys, and I'm going to ask you this question after I'm done, just to see how you guys would stop the Titans offense, but how we're going to go and how our offense is going to go. So your Jets listeners, can see our perspective as Titans fans, is we have to get Calvin Ridley in motion, in my opinion. Right, Vin? You would like to see him in motion instead of getting jammed up on the line with Sauce and getting to that, that jam battle at the line. If we get him in motion like Tyreek does and get the separation and the crossers and just a lot of movement with you guys, I think we'll be all right. But I think you guys are going to be a tough defense, and it's going to be a low-scoring game in Nashville on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Calvin really get more involved. I really don't care how. Obviously, I'm joking when I say this, but put him back returning kicks, returning punts. We're paying this kid $100 million. He can't have – what was it, Jared? 3 catches for 30-something yards or something like that. I mean, that can't be the case. Liam, let me ask you. Our biggest concern, obviously, right now is with our quarterback. You guys have the likes of Aaron Rodgers. Do you feel as though what's the mood within the Jets fan base as to is he washed? Is he still capable? I mean, to me, it looked like you guys just got beat up and down on Monday night, so it's hard to really blame Aaron Rodgers. But to me, he looked a little apprehensive and skittish in the pocket. Maybe it's due to him being getting back after his injury, and it was his first game in a year. What's your biggest concern with your team?
Well, yeah, just to touch on Aaron Rodgers for a second, that's kind of how I felt too. He had even said that he wished somebody had banged into him during training camp because he hasn't gotten hit. He didn't preseason, as you guys know. And I think it was really in the back of his head, am I going to get hit and can I survive another hit? So I think it's very fair to say that he was shaky. I think that he was shaky as well. I think he was a little skittish back there. And I think that he's going to regain that confidence as time goes on. Now with the offensive line, they haven't played any preseason together. Monday night was their first time playing together. We have Tyron Smith, who everyone knows from the Dallas Cowboys, who hasn't stayed healthy and played a full season since 2015. We have Morgan Moses and John Simpson from the Baltimore Ravens. Morgan Moses was here in 2021, but that was a much different team than what we are today. Elijah Vera Tucker is our third year, one of our third year offensive linemen. Now his rookie year and in 2022, and then last year in 2023, both ACL injuries. So he's coming back, dealing with two bad knees at a very young age. So the offensive line, they have a lot to prove. But believe it or not, my biggest fear, or biggest concern rather, was actually on the defense. I mean, my expectations for the offense going forward is Nathaniel Hackett, just don't screw it up. Just don't get in the way, pretty much. Aaron Rodgers has got it. You saw a lot of pre-snap motion, and he was calling a lot of audibles at the line of scrimmage. He was seeing, and that's one of the things that you get from an elite quarterback that we haven't had. You guys know, and the same thing. Like, we haven't necessarily had elite star quarterbacks over the years. You never saw Zach Wilson changing a play at the line of scrimmage, So that's something that we saw a lot of. And like in that perspective, I trust Aaron Rodgers. He got the ball out quickly. He was hitting Garrett Wilson, really featuring Garrett Wilson. He actually said on Pat McAfee that he wants to get Garrett Wilson more involved, and he had 11 targets. Alan Lazard was somebody that was at certain times towards the end of the season last year a healthy scratch. Now, Aaron Rodgers has that connection with him. They got that big free play touchdown. So I think that Alan Lazard's going to be a little bit better. We got Mike Williams from the Chargers coming off of an ACL injury. So he's on a pitch count. He had 8 or 9 plays. I thought it was going to be about 15 to 20, but he didn't see any action. Then we have Malachi Corley, a rookie wide receiver that didn't see any action whatsoever until garbage time. So the offense, they have a lot to prove. Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, but then also with the running game, Breece Hall, he wasn't as advertised. I don't think it's any secret that the New York Jets are going to try to pound the rock. They're going to run the ball as often as possible to keep Aaron Rodgers as safe and healthy as possible, and it just wasn't working. You guys, Robert Saleh is from the Kyle Shanahan system. It's that same West Coast offense, and then it's still kind of Shanahan's defense that Saleh is implementing. So I really think that it was a really bad showing for the Jets, but I also think that it was kind of just teacher versus student, and the teacher obviously made the adjustments. It's almost like he taught Robert Saleh everything that he knows. He taught Saleh everything that Saleh knows, but not everything that he knows. So I felt really good. I mean, the Jets came out, they had the ball first in the first quarter. They went 3-and-out, and then they stopped the 49ers. I said, okay, now we have a fight. And I think that that's going to be something moving forward where we try to just pound the rock. Like I said, our defense was oddly a major concern, but we're also missing Hassan Reddick, our biggest pass rusher that we traded for, that is still holding out. I don't even get me started on him. He's a weekly segment on our podcast here where it's even to the point where he has his own image. It's every week talking about this guy. What's up, Dan?
What's up, everybody? What's up, Vinny? Jared? What's going on, man?
Dan?
Thanks for hopping on. Liam, what's going on?
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, buddy.
Yeah, so So we're just talking about the biggest concerns with the New York Jets right now. And like I said, surprisingly, I think it's actually the defense. I'm not as concerned about the offense as I am the defense. I think the defense will figure it out. But it's one of those situations where, once again, Salah's defense does not show up to a big game, a big primetime game. I don't really count the Bills win from week 1. That was luck. It really was luck. If Xavier Gibson doesn't return that for a touchdown, that's a different story. They beat the Eagles. I could ramble on about that forever. So yeah, my biggest concern actually is with the defense, although I think they will figure it out. What is the biggest concern right now with the Titans?
I mean,
sorry, that was a mouthful. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I lost my cool a little bit after the game with the likes of Will Levis. Much like you guys, we've kind of been fiending and scratching for this franchise quarterback. At least you know what Aaron Rodgers is capable of. R.I.P. Steve McNair. We haven't had a real quarterback since him. Tannehill showed some flashes, yeah, whatever, but we always kind of knew what he was. You know what I mean? He was a guy who, if you surround him with talent, he might be able to help you out, but he's never going to be one of those Rodgers-type players who's going to win you a game with less. You know what I mean? He needs everything to work out for him. Have Derrick Henry, have A.J. Brown, have a prime Jonnu Smith, have a great offensive line for him to do well, okay? And now he's gone. And Will Levis came in last year, and I still think we're riding the high of his first game against what was it, Jared? The Falcons? Falcons. Where he threw 4 touchdowns. And he actually kind of reminded me of Aaron Rodgers, the way he flicks the ball, the way it just comes off his hand, and it seems like it's a little like flick of the wrist, and it's like a beautiful spiral. Yep. And he really didn't have much to work with the whole year. The line was awful. We had an older DeAndre Hopkins as his best weapon, an older Derrick Henry as someone he could rely on in the run game, but he really wasn't working with much. But he showed some promise. Then in the offseason, we draft a left tackle. We drafted our left guard last year, so now we think we protect his blind side. Go get Calvin Ridley. We go get Tyler Boyd. We still have DeAndre Hopkins. Chigakonkwo is someone within our fan base we still believe could be a good tight end. So our expectation coming into this season was that we had already decided that Will Levis was the future. You know what I mean? We felt as though we saw enough. And when I tell you he did everything to make us believe otherwise on Sunday, it is beyond frustrating. And I really lost my cool, and I kind of stand by it still. Now he's going to have to earn the trust of his fan base back, because
yet again,
that shovel pass was something that you are taught in Pee Wee football. You don't make a bad play worse. Live to see another down. Our defense was playing lights out. We didn't let up a point defensively, not 1 point, besides a couple field goals. We let up a pick six, special teams blunder. So it was kind of like what you said, Liam, where it's like we just don't need him to mess it up. You know what I mean? And that shovel pass, I've thought about it all week. And then he comes out to say, Will Levis this week, he's doubling down on himself. I didn't lose any sleep. Well, bravo, William Donovan Levis, because I lost a lot of sleep.
We all did in the
maybe it's because I have a pregnant wife who gets up 10 times a night to go to the bathroom. But I'm losing sleep over that loss. My biggest concern is, did we get ahead of ourselves with Will Levis? Because we're trying to do what the Texans did last year, surround a rookie quarterback with a lot of talent while he's on his rookie deal. And we thought we had done that because we thought we had found the guy. Now it's like we have to take a step back and realize maybe he's not the guy. So that's my biggest concern. Jarrett, have at it, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, just to reiterate on you, obviously it's Will Levis. I mean, you surround the guy with all this talent in the world, and like we always talk about on our podcast as well. Like, and you guys can say the same thing. The player looks really good in training camp. It looks really good OTAs, the 7-on-7s, but we need to see the product on the field when the bullets are flying, so to speak. Okay, just like what happened on Sunday. And what to us as Titan fans, it looked like shit. Sorry to say it. And for us as Titan fans, we've been hit hard, just like with you guys with quarterbacks. You think that you have the quarterback, and then all of a sudden you don't. Now it's in our mind. Now is Will Levis going to be the future of this of this team? Coming into Sunday, and we said it on our podcast, he needs to come out and show that he can throw for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns and win a football game against a great defense. Because you guys are coming in with a chip on your shoulder too from San Francisco, with a great defense and great corners, and we have a great defense too. So it's going to be an absolute bloodbath on Sunday. So the biggest concern for me going into Sunday's game is Will Levis is how he's going to turn around a horrible game in a home opener against a great defense. I mean, because the defense is there, the run game was there, the offensive line was pretty good. Will Levis needs to go do his thing.
Isn't it wild? Like, I'm going to chime in here. How the tables have turned, right? Like, everything that Vinny and Jared are saying, it's very reminiscent of the past 3 years. Well, minus the Aaron Rodgers 4 plays, where the Jet fans were just waiting for Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
But the Titans, you guys had Tannehill. And a lot of people are like, he's just an okay. No, you give me Tannehill any day. The past 3 years with this Jets defense, I'll take it. And I get it, what you guys are saying. And I look at Levis right now going into this game planning and saying, all right, you know what? We can take the template from what the Niners just did Monday night. Mm-hmm. There are enormous holes on this defense. Mm-hmm. And again, yes, I should be a biased Jet fan. And as you could tell, I love my Jets. But after Monday night, even though it was one game, the Jets kind of overshowed their hand as well. We're expecting a top 5 defense, a top 3. And I don't know how it is with you guys, but it happens to us all the time. When the offense sucks, the defense takes over. When the defense is just atrocious, the offense is like, wow. There's never a happy medium in between. Like, if the Jets had like some sort of a average defense on Monday night, they would have had something going. But they didn't. They look decimated. I look at this Titans team as hungry as the Jets are going into Sunday. Like, I don't see on either side saying, oh, this is an easy win. This is an easy win. Like, no Jet fan should look at the Titans and say, I will be 1-1 at Sunday afternoon. Obviously, we'll be thinking that the moment I wake up on Sunday, I'm delusional. Just like you guys. Yeah. Just like every NFL fan. I'm like, all right, we're going to be 1-1. But right now, where common sense kicks in, you guys are just on fire because you guys can't start off the year 0-2. You can't, especially after that loss. That game was in the bag for you guys against the Bears.
Yep.
And Caleb Williams, again, you want to talk about a quarterback that you better show me something. This isn't Pac-10. It's not.
It's not USC no more.
Yeah, it's not. So I like how you guys contained him. I like how watching that game, there was some positives there that I actually liked a lot from you guys and where I'm concerned with it as a Jet fan. So I just want to ask you guys, when you see this Jets defense, can you look at it completely objectively and say, you know what? Will Levis can dissect this defense the same way that Purdy did.
So let me hit that real quick first, man. Just so you guys know, I mean, we've seen the Jets defense, and coming into the season, I honestly thought you guys were top 3, top 5 defense in the league. After that showing on Monday, and then what you guys are seeing, because you guys know your team better than us. To me, I'm taking a step back and saying, wait a second, did the Jets defense suck now a little bit? I mean, but just to hit on your point, I don't see Will Levis just from what I've seen on Sunday picking apart that defense. Sauce scares me. I mean, DJ Reed, he's a little banged up. He scares me a little bit, but we have Hop, we got Tyler Boyd, we got Chig, we got Ridley, we got 2 great backs in the backfield. If they come up with a game plan where all those guys are on the field and do like a 5 wide, a 3 wide with 2 backs who's coming at you, who's covering, what they did, what you guys did with Garrett Wilson, plugging him in tight, and you were taking the two wide receivers and you were going to the middle of the field, and he was running wide open. That scares me. But we have Snead and Cheeto there. I mean, the defense is going to be fine, but Will Levis is definitely not picking apart your defense. I'm telling you right now.
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, Jamal,
he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah. He'll be back. He's playing.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot about that guy.
Well,
He's very good. Like when you guys finally trade him, expect two first rounders. So he's very good in the trade department.
Well, to touch on what you said, JD, how you said it's only one game. When we talk about each team it being week one, I don't buy that at all. Because guess what? This ain't the NBA where you get 82 games. This ain't the MLB where you get 162. This is the NFL where you only get 17. That one game can be the difference at the end of the year. So I think every game is just as important as the last one and the next one. And where I think we attack you guys is I think we just do exactly what the Niners did, and we try to run through you.
Yep.
Everything based off of that. Because guess what? Our run game looked great.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add. I wanted to ask you guys about Tony Pollard. So maybe if you guys could elaborate on him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we were
surprised
when we signed him. We were, because we let go of Henry because we didn't want to pay him, but then we turned around and hand Tony Pollard, who is a little younger, 5 or 6 years younger, a 3-year deal. So it was surprising, but we realized we're not going to pay him not to touch the ball. So we expected him to get action early and often, and we gashed the Bears defense with him in the first half and completely went away from it. It is a copycat league, so if I am, the Titans, I'm looking at that film against the 49ers. Granted, the 49ers are a juggernaut. They have been the 4 NFC title games, 3 Super Bowls in the last however many years, since 2014, 3 Super Bowls they've been to. They're a good franchise. That being said, I still think we try to take a page from their book and run the ball, down your throats and do everything we can off of the run. You know what I mean? If we would have kept running the ball against the Bears, we would have won the game. Right. I expect to see a run-heavy offense. I expect, especially because you don't want to completely ruin Will Levis's confidence, so maybe take the game out of his hands a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe run the ball between Pollard and Spears, 35 times this week, and maybe only pass 20 times. So I think our game plan is going to be much like the Niners: run the ball, base everything off the run, and then let our defense get after your 40-year-old quarterback the way they got after Caleb Williams last week.
All right. So with that being said, real quick, I'll get you guys out of here in a second. What are your score predictions?
Go for it, Jarrett.
Just like we touched on the show before, just going to throw this pitch out there. We're doing a sick podcast, live podcast on the DraftKings Sportsbook down in Nashville. So me and Vinny and Sal will be there this weekend at the game. So hopefully it's a good outcome. So if you have Jet fans that want to come over to DraftKings and listen to a podcast with the ESPN reporter Toronto Davenport, we're going to be over there. But my score prediction for this week's game, we can't get over the 17-point hump. So I'm keeping it 17 Titans, 16 Jets.
Okay.
So I am going to get over that 17-point hump. I think we win 21-17. With that being said, though, nothing would surprise me with either one of our teams and how it's funny. The only thing the Titans are consistent at is being inconsistent.
Yes.
So, you never know what you're going to get. I'm never going to pick them to lose. I think they learned from last week, though, and we get the win at home with the Jets coming off a short week, having to travel. Long road trip. They got to travel again. I think we get this win 21-17.
All right.
Nice.
Perfect. So, yeah, once you guys tweet out the DraftKings thing, I'll definitely retweet it and everything. Maybe we'll get some Jet fans going there. Absolutely. So, I think me and Dan, I have the Jets winning. I'm going to quickly say just 24-21, something close like that. Wow. Typical dogfight, but like you guys said, it could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
but,
that makes one of us, because I don't see the Jets winning this game.
Okay.
It sucks that I think that way, but after seeing what Monday night happened, I know I shouldn't be thinking like this. But as a Jet fan, this reality is really hitting it right now, because that whole Hassan Reddick saga, typical Jets. Typical.
Yep.
Listen, fellas, only the Jets trade for a holdout. Why are you holding out? You want a new contract. You think that you're going to trade for a holdout and make things better because of your beautiful facility out in Florham? Nah, now I'm there. I want to get paid. Like, that's my whole reason.
Yep.
Now, guess what? This is the first time that you're ever going to hear that a team traded for a holdout, inherited him, and now we're going to trade him. Like, what kind of like dumbass liaison is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
All right, fellas. I just wanted to thank you guys. I'm just trying to be courteous of your time. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for coming on.
Appreciate it, man.
May the best team win. I think that we're both like rooting for the same thing. Just no injuries. You know.
That's it. Please.
So best of luck for your season, and looking forward to it. So
thank you guys so
appreciate
much. It, man.
Jimmy,
Thank you
Jared.
very much.
We'll stay in touch. If we ever play again, we play each other often. We'll have you on our show, or you can have us back on here. But thanks for having us on, and tighten up.
Of course, man. Anytime.
Keep killing it, guys.
All right.
Thank you. Take care.
Let me get
All right.
the
Very cool.
link in the chat here.
So I'm gonna help you out, man. We need some audio. We need some good audio from you.
Yeah, we're gonna do some live some troubleshooting. Yeah, it's not working. You can still hear me.
Oh no! All right, we gotta hit settings, and then hit settings. And with that, in the chat, guys, I want to hear what you guys think. Honestly, are we winning this week or not? Because this is some nonsense right now, man. No, the game ain't. It's not going to end in a tie, Armand. It's not going to end in a tie. Yeah, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Nope, I can't hear you, Liam.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. Yes, much better. So we're getting there. The audio and all that stuff. Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. What I didn't like, yes, Verizon.
All right. Well, hold on. We have a little bit of troubleshooting to do, and then we're a big family, so they used to, Green Bean was on, and they used to call him Freeze Bean, and I feel like I've kind of taken that title just with tech issues. So
Liam Bean,
you can still hear me.
I can. That's all right.
That's not good.
That's all right. You know what? At this point,
I could run through two more real quick, and if not, I'll come back to this one. How about that?
Let's do it. So my big thing on Monday night was what? No, can't hear you. Can't hear you.
No.
Nope. Oh, wait. Say hello. No.
Hello.
Still echoey.
No.
Still echoey. Nope. No good. We're almost getting there.
Just bear with us. Yeah, just bear with us.
Just bear with us. Tighten with us.
What's that?
Oh, much better. Is it?
Much.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hello? No,
Hello?
It's still the same. In my country, the same. That's all right.
So I'm the original one, and we'll deal with this. So
very good.
You guys have.
Now it seems like you're in the darkness retreat.
I am.
It sounds that way.
I am. Does it sound any better?
Yeah, it's all right. We'll take it as it is. My issue on Monday night is that, yes, I get it. It's one game. One game. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna. That's it. Season's over. Let's start planning for the draft. Let's start doing that. Nah, man. It's still week one. You have the defense that has high expectations. The whole team is like, yo, let's get to this. But then you get punched in the mouth. That's what I like the most about week one. I mean, character, that's what adversity breeds, right? Like, this team hasn't had that with a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. So in my opinion, the Jets needed a game like that, like on Monday night. Why? Because the Jets needed a game like we had in Foxborough so many moons ago on a Monday night where they kicked our ass 45-3. Season's over. What did Rex say after that one? Bury the ball.
Yep.
We met them again in the playoffs in the AFC divisional, and we kicked their ass. So my opinion is this. Yes, I have them unfortunately losing this week. Hopefully I'm wrong. But the Jets have a whiles to go. But I don't mean years to go. I mean Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneer year one, where they were 5-5. Man, how many people forget about that nonsense? So many people just think that Brady went freaking 15-2 or 15-1, whatever the case was. No, they had to go through some turmoil in that season. They were not a well-oiled machine. Now, you have Hassan Reddick. We keep on talking about him. Now there's a report that the Jets are going to trade him. They're at an impasse, this and that. No one knows what's happening with him. Nobody knows. Not even this guy. This guy had no idea. Joe Douglas he's trying. I'm going to give him that. Joe Douglas is trying his best. Is it Woody Johnson? I don't think so.
I don't have a picture of him.
I don't.
Wait, hold on. I could find one.
You could find one. Yes. Dano, you are correct. I hashtag the hell out of this podcast like you have no idea. All right. People are watching right now and they're like, is this a debate? And no, we're not going to eat dogs.
Or cats.
We're not going to do that. Or cats. No, none of that. So,
well, to be fair, Kinlaw eats squirrels.
Yeah. I mean, you never had cuy? It's an Ecuadorian delicacy. It's guinea pig. It's delicious.
All right, so I'll be over for dinner at Dan's house one night this week.
Yeah. Whenever I see them running around over here. But anyway, listen. What do you think? Tell me the truth, man. Like Monday night, were you upset? Were you mad?
Yep.
Because you did a halftime little briefing there, and
my eyes were a little bloodshot.
Wow.
I watched it back. I was a couple beers in at that point. So just yeah. But no, so I'm gonna go on a little rant here, all right? Because I gotta get this out. I wouldn't have been so mad if all off season, and it's not just us fans saying it, the New York Jets are telling us publicly, are saying we are Super Bowl contenders.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be so mad if it was just a week 1 loss. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that last year, week 1 was a miracle. That wasn't because the Jets were the better team. That's because Josh Allen once again played down to his competition through 3 or 4 interceptions, whatever it was. And the Jets just managed to squeak one out. The God said, no, we're gonna deprive you of Aaron Rodgers, but just to insult you a little bit more, we're gonna give you the win, just to give you some false hope.
The best.
And like I said, I wouldn't be so mad if it wasn't, this is a Super Bowl caliber team. The Jets are a Super Bowl contender. Look at all the talent they have. The New York Jets, specifically their defense, they laid on their freaking back. They gave up. Let me tell you, when they got the ball first, the New York Jets, they went 3 and out. I said, that's okay. That's okay. I was okay with that. Right. Not what I wanted, but I was like, all right, Aaron Rodgers is out there. He survived. And I knew right away that they were going to implement the run. I think we all knew that. This is going to be a Breece Hall featured game. And then Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers come out, and they go 3 and out. The Jets defense stopped them. And I said, okay, now we have a dogfight. Now this is a game. This is going to be, and I think that this was one of those, this is going to be a defensive game, like we had also spoken about, low scoring, whoever makes less mistakes wins, which scares me with the Jets. But then slowly but surely, their defense just got exposed. Their defensive line was bad. Michael Clemens was bad. Kinlaw wasn't great. Their defensive line was just bad. The linebackers were getting bad. C.J. Mosley had a little injury. Sauce Gardner had a little – no, I'm sorry. Sauce Gardner wasn't hurt. He didn't hurt his shoulder. He was just going like this for the hell of it. He got the wind knocked out of him. That's what pisses me off. It's like, what happened to this defense? And once again, Salah's defense, Salah's team in general. I mean, I can't really fault the offense too much. I don't think that what the offense did was terrible. I mean, there's plenty of room for improvement.
Right.
But Aaron Rodgers, his mind looked as sharp as ever. How many times do we see him go into that line? But you know that Hackett's calling terrible plays.
Horrendous.
I almost said Salah. Aaron Rodgers is sitting there. He audibled the hell out of that game.
Yep.
He made chicken salad out of,
Yep, chicken poop.
Yep. And there was, for the first time, I said, wow, there's a lot of pre-snap motion. How often do we see pre-snap? We never see that.
Nope.
2 tight end sets. Like, wow, who are these Jets? Look at this offense. And then finally, Breece Hall, who was struggling early on and continued to struggle, but at least he had that touchdown. And I figured, all right, Now there's a little foundation. Then Alan Lazard finally woke up. That was nice. 2 touchdowns. Okay, I'll take it. Listen, if that's what we get from Alan Lazard, if we get, I don't know, maybe 6 touchdowns and 600 yards, I'd be happy. That's considered a successful season for Alan Lazard. So the offense, like I said, I wasn't too worried about the offense. I think, Garrett Wilson is going to get better with him. They're going to continue to get that what's the word I'm looking for? They're going to continue to gel.
Yes.
Mike Williams, he's going to get more involved as time goes on. I don't know where the hell Malachi Corley was.
Somewhere.
He was somewhere. Yes.
He was probably on the San Francisco sideline also running sprints.
Every once in a while, he went up into the stands.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, just look at this. Following the Jets' loss on Monday, Aaron Rodgers reportedly delivered an impassioned locker room speech emphasizing accountability and teamwork. He told the team he wouldn't point fingers because he only has 10 and at least 21 people were to blame for this loss.
That's actually a pretty good quote. But yeah, it's true. It's like, once again, the New York Jets do not show up to a big game. This was one of those statement games.
Yes.
Where all they had to do is not get blown out. Now, if they won, then yeah, the whole NFL is on notice. Wow, these New York Jets are legit.
Yep.
These New York Jets are who they say they are. At least that's what we think. And then if you just don't get blown out, if you don't lose 19-32, come on.
Right.
If it's 27-24 or even 21-28, something like that. I know I'm getting a little choppy here. I hope the audio is still.
No. We hear you.
The New York Jets don't want me to be saying this. That's what it is. But we'll get over it though. But anyway, if it was just like one of those close competitive nail biters that came down to the fourth quarter, I could live with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The San Francisco 49ers, they rebuilt from the bottom up. Right. They failed with Trey Lance, and they stepped in poop. They stepped in crap with Brock Purdy, and now he's a dude. They have a couple years of consistency coming off of the Super Bowl. And the New York Jets, maybe they're just not quite there yet. But to lose in the fashion that they did, where they just couldn't get off the field.
Right.
And that's what it felt like. There was a time during the game where the Jets offense were not on the field for an entire hour. And it got to the point where it's getting boring because Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason, not Christian McCaffrey, not even Elijah Mitchell.
Right.
Jordan Mason, who?
Right.
Who?
I think I met him at Target.
Yeah. I think at Walmart, he asked for my receipt when I was leaving.
Right. He
ran all over this defense at will. The San Francisco 49ers did whatever the hell they wanted to us.
Everything.
They bent us over and we took it, dude.
We took it.
That's what it was.
You know what?
That's exactly what it was.
While I'm here.
Yep.
Got nothing else better to do tonight.
And that's what sucks, man. That's what sucks. It's the fact that we had no answers, no adjustments. We look like we didn't even belong there. We don't belong. And now we're supposed to see them in the Super Bowl? Give me a freaking break.
Well, this is the thing. Look, I'm going to bring on something here because, you're echoing a lot of sentiment that a lot of Jet fans are kind of thinking and saying this whole entire week. And that's because we're
Johnny. I see you back there.
We're passionate, just like Johnny Boy is, and so many of us. But the thing is, when the media senses that the Jet fans are passionate about their team, they get a douchebag. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't be calling names, but someone like this saying things that he shouldn't be saying because he doesn't know what it is to be a Jet fan. You played for the Giants and you spewed your mouth, and this is what you said.
Jet fans are very lazy when they evaluate their team. So they kept saying, we have a great talent, so much talent, blah, 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 so much talent. First of all, Tyron Smith is 37 years old, whatever he is. Their wide receiver room is Garrett Wilson. That's it.
Mike Williams was barely on the field.
I'm not saying I'm saying it's Garrett Wilson.
For now, that's the only established one because Williams is still on a pitch count. And I'd like to see Malachi Corley, but he barely played yesterday.
He's not going to be a star for this team.
How do you know that?
But he doesn't need to be.
If you're talking about how much talent this team has, and that's all Jet fans wanted to talk about, you better be a star. I'm not saying like a superstar, but you better be a star. Mike Williams is not going to be a superstar
I agree
this
with that.
year.
Okay.
Xavier Gibson is not going to be a superstar this year. Alan Lazard is not going to be a superstar this year. It is Garrett Wilson.
So this guy goes on and like I'm hearing this on the radio and I'm like, all right, I get it. You got a job to do. And that's why so many of the media, they love to feast on the Jets, but mostly their fans. And what he said about the fans, I take high offense, and every Jet fan should. We ain't lazy. We do our due diligence, go to the draft. We see a Malachi Corley. We know what he can bring. He has no idea. Tiki, Mickey. That's what I call him. He's a Mickey Mouse. That's what he is. He doesn't know real passion from the New York Jets. He has no idea what it is, you know? So when he says some nonsense like that, Liam, big F you to him. Big F you.
Now, let me ask you something now. And I agree. We are not lazy. Like you said, we do our due diligence. But Dan, I hate to say this to you. Where's the lie?
Where's the lie? The lie is this. It's the NFL season is more than 1 week. It's more
Correct.
than 1 week. Monday night happened. It happened. And I'm fine with it. Why? Because now I want to see what this team is all about. Why, you ask? Because in the fourth quarter on an AFC championship game against Kansas City, when we hit adversity, what do? We're going to look back to this season. What did we do in order to climb that mountain and get to the top? These are the experiences that this Jets team need. This is not one of those flick the switch and it's just gonna happen. I'm gonna raise my hand because I thought it was gonna be that easy as well. It's not. This put things in perspective. The AFC East, they're all 1-0, and one of them is gonna be sole lead possession tonight, right? The Bills in Miami. I'm not going to look at something that Tiki said and say, oh yeah, no, he's right about this. He's right about this. F him, because yes, then he starts bringing Mike Williams into the equation, which I hope Mike Williams doesn't turn out to be a McCall Hardman, which I don't think so. I think he brings more to the table. But in my honest opinion, I think we cannot give up on this team this fast. Why? Because there's so much more. I want to see how they react, because it's not only me. It's not only me that's saying, hey, the Jets may lose this week. They might, because it's, again, what can the Jets do differently? Saleh, like if Tiki's going to go on someone, don't go on the fans. Go on Robert Saleh, because he doesn't adjust in game. He doesn't adjust in the fourth quarter. Ulbrich, we love you, man. We almost lost you as defensive coordinator to the Niners. Where were you? Where were you? Now, this is the time. Right now, this Sunday, all the chips are in. You hear all the negativity. Now you hear that the media is not going after you guys, the players. They're going after the fans now.
That's what I don't like.
We pay you guys. We watch you guys every Sunday, Monday night, Thursday night. We're going to be there in the home opener. Let's have some pride here, guys. Go out there Sunday, and then Thursday beat the living hell out of the Patriots. It's already been over how many years? And that win that we won over there in New England, I don't consider that a victory. No, because everyone gave up. They're all ready for summer vacation.
Yep.
I want to see the New York Jets putting their fans on their back and say, you know what? We got you. We got you. Because us fans, we ain't lazy. And the hell with Tiki. And Evan, come on, guy. Come on, man. Grow a set, bro. Grow a set.
Right.
Speak to him. And you know how Tiki is very, very sensitive. Because when Joe Beningo, who many fans
last year,
Tiki couldn't stand it. He got up and, he pulled up his skirt and he left. He left. He was like, all right, you know what? I can't take this. I can't take this. He left.
Now the only I hate being called lazy too, because like I said, we know what we are. We don't need to prove ourselves to them. The only thing I have to say to that is with the wide receiver position, it is if. And you're telling me now look, let's look back at this draft class real quick.
Right.
We all know that Olu's really not going to play. That's fine. I think we've all accepted that, and that was the blueprint.
Right.
But then Malachi Corley, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, just name a few. Where the hell were they? This Jets offense, they were stagnant at times too. We couldn't find anything for them. Brees could not get the run going. You couldn't throw Braylon Allen in. I mean, looking back at all these running backs, a lot of teams struggle against big, powerful backs.
Yep.
Look at Derrick Henry. I really think that Braylon Allen can be maybe later on in his career a Derrick Henry. And I'm not comparing the two yet. You can't. Right. But I wouldn't be surprised. He's a big, powerful back. He looked amazing in preseason. Isaiah Davis, too. He looked really good. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me that we couldn't get any of these guys in? I mean, we saw Stiggers later in garbage time for a little bit, which is fine. Once Rodgers got pulled, Garrett Wilson should have came out. Brees Hall should have came out. To me, like Tyson said it on Let's Talk Jets, they are a package trio. Yep. When one goes out, they all go out. That's and nice. When Tyrod Taylor comes in, you can't put Malachi Corley in. Maybe it gets Mike Williams a couple garbage time reps. Not even some touch passes.
Right.
Come on. I want to see. I want to see no stone unturned, because I feel like last year Mecole Hardman was a stone that was
not turned,
yep. Or unturned, I should say.
Yep.
So I want to just see everything. Mm-hmm. I want to see every player, whoever gives us the best chance to win. And right now, if Braylon Allen plays Sunday and he's riding the hot hand over Brees, I'm not saying you don't play Brees, but you know what? Maybe we increase Braylon Allen's reps. This is it. This is going in. Don't forget, this is going all in. You do what you have to do to win. We get probably just next year with Rodgers, and that's it. That's it. Do we trust Jordan Travis to take over? Because he's hurt. He's not playing this year. We don't know what he's going to be. This is going all in. Whoever gives you the hottest hand, whoever gives you the best chance. I don't care if the freaking guy at the McDonald's drive-thru can play offensive line. If you could go in there and you could beat out Elijah Vera Tucker, then guess what, big boy? You're playing.
I agree, 100%.
I don't care at this point, man.
You bring up some.
And I'm not pounding I'm not hitting the panic button just yet. I'm not that worried. Am I pissed about Monday night? Absolutely. But can they turn it around? Absolutely. So I'm sorry, Dan.
No, 100%. Before we bring up Johnny Boy, I just want to just say, Tiki, you're a bitch. But with that being said, you could always come onto the show. We would love to have you. You know, we always like to have great guests. So with that being said, Johnny Boy, let's go, man.
Hey,
what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey,
Dan, Liam, how you guys holding up, man?
Hold on.
We're doing.
Dude, so 100% agree with you guys. We got outcoached. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
It's that simple. There was a lot of our Jet fans that were out there that were saying we were going to beat the 49ers as if the 49ers was a scrub of a team, as if they didn't have Kyle Shanahan over there, as if they didn't have this team that's been built, right, the correct way, and what John Lynch is doing and everything in regards to them over there. You know, so I was one of the few that was like, we're losing. I was like, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. We're losing. It was a preseason game for the Jets. Let's call it for what it is. Okay? Like, we didn't have the players that we needed to have in there. You know, where was Kinlaw? Where was Will McDonald? Where was all these other players that was so talented during the whole entire off season, right? Where were they at? They were gone. They were missing. Right. You know, there's still milk cartons of these individuals. Where was JJ? Where was you know what I'm saying? And all that. It was string cheese on our freaking line, unfortunately. But as somebody, right, wouldn't you attack that though? Wouldn't you say, you know what? They got a 40-year-old dude that has going on record saying, I have not been hit. I wish I would have gotten hit. Okay. Well, you know what? They're probably not going to throw the ball as much or anything. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and have our game plan for Brees Hall. Yep. Let Aaron Rodgers beat us first.
Right.
Time of possession. Huge difference, man. It's almost 2 quarters, bro. if in the grand schemes of it all, almost 2 quarters, man, that we didn't have the ball. I'm not worried about this team. And Dan, you said it perfectly, man. You got punched in the mouth. Let's see how you get up and how do you continue to keep moving forward, man. I just can't do it with our fan base. I love our fan base. We're so passionate and everything. You know what I'm saying? But we're just like, what are you guys expecting from this right now? From the very beginning, these dudes are trying to gel. Right. It takes time for it. Yes, we haven't done stuff and everything. We have no room. And Tiki, that's a lazy take on what Tiki's saying. You know why he's saying that? Because he knows damn well that the Jets make money. This organization has made money for so many years. We're a top 10 freaking gross profiting organization in the NFL league, and we've sucked for how many years? Right. But you guys look at my background. Look at your guys' background. Right. Our dumbasses are still out here buying the new hats, buying all this stuff like that, getting on podcasts, speaking in regards to them and all that, right? Yeah. But we're still doing it.
We got that heart, man.
It's that heart, and we're gonna continue to keep it. I just don't want anybody that's like, well, you know what? I do want to bring them on, bring the bandwagoners dudes on and stuff like that. And nobody's talking about the kicker. That dude kicked 6 field goals. He was shitty last year.
Right.
Shitty last year. And he made 4 out of those 6 field goals were from over 45 yards. Okay. Our defense was somewhat holding because, to be honest with you guys, it could have been a lot worse, man.
Yeah.
And look at Ayuk. That ball went right through his hands in the end zone with Michael Carter covering him.
Correct.
So the Jets got some breaks.
Yep.
They got some breaks. And like I said, I'm not going to be over negative about this. It is week 1. But you know what? The game plan is out now. And it's true. If you could stack the box and you don't give Bruce. If you don't give Brees room to run.
It's his cousin.
Yes.
It's his cousin. I know him.
You know what? And I mean, to be honest with you guys, I hope that people come with that same game plan again.
Yep.
Right. And I hope we prove them wrong.
100%.
It was a fluke thing, man. People are acting as if Brees Hall is not that guy. He is that guy. He's going to be that guy.
Now let me ask you: if they do stack the box, do you have any concerns with him, or do you think he's still going to have a couple breakaways?
I think that they need to go ahead, and that's what we were all expecting from Brees Hall to do. We were expecting Brees Hall to juke 2 guys and then break it for 20. And that's not going to happen on a consistent base. What he did last year was magical, right? And it's very difficult to duplicate that again. I want us to see what you were saying earlier, Liam, right? Where were our tight ends? Why were they not used? Where was Corley? We're the damn Jets. Why don't we do jet sweeps? Right. Double reverses.
No touch passes, anything.
Something. Something that to go ahead and open it up. I mean, again, now, Aaron Rodgers is a dog. And anybody that's saying that Aaron Rodgers don't have it, what game were you guys watching? That freaking pass, I don't know if you guys saw the aerial view of the pass.
Lazard?
On the exactly, dude.
Oh, my God.
It just was like there for him to just bloop. I was like the Garrett Wilson beam. Right. Amazing. When he cut into that slant on there, the seam throw with that free play and everything, that ball he threw is a difficult ball. He threw it in between 2 defenders, right? And the I think it was the corner that was chasing it there. So he gets it over 3 people just to land where it needs to land at. Bro, nuts, man.
So this past game, right, it reminded me a lot. I know I'm dating myself, but I remember in 2008 with Favre, right? We went out. It was on Monday night against the then San Diego Chargers. We got destroyed 48-29. But in garbage time, Favre had a rhythm with Lavernius Coles. He started, finding Dustin Keller, all in garbage time. And the defense started kind of not even coming into their own, but they were like looking at each other like, yo, we got to step this thing up. The following week, we put up 56 points against the Arizona Cardinals with Kurt Warner. And that's where Favre threw for 6 touchdowns. Why am I bringing that up? Because late in this game, they started placing Braylon Allen into the mix. They started placing the tight ends into the mix. Conklin caught 2 or 3 balls on that drive with Tyrod. I just feel like that's sometimes with the coaching, they need to see that on film. And they have to gain the trust of, all right, you know what? Even though it was garbage time, these guys did not lose that rhythm, that drive, that passion. They knew the game was done, but they did everything that they could with their opportunity. I sense this Tennessee game where we're going to see Brees. We're also going to see Braylon Allen. And we're going to start mixing in Mike Williams. Yes, I get it. He's in a pitch count. But he's a full go. At this point, no one's healthy. No one. No one's 100%. Everyone's banged up. In the NFL, one hit, look at Michael Carter, freaking ankle. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be playing. That's why that's my silver lining is that they lost this one, but what can we take from it? To me, it's the young kids that stepped onto the field. They got the jitters out. And now this core that we have, how do you talk to your veterans? The veterans that have been there, done that. Your Tyron Smith, your Aaron Rodgers, even your CJ Mosley, man. Everybody's ripping on the guy. That's your heart and soul on that freaking team, man. I love Sauce, but CJ's your guy right there. Regroup. That's what they're doing right now. Everyone's against you.
Dan, you're hitting it right on the head, bro. Yeah. And I just wanted to hit on the CJ Mosley thing because I was one of those guys. I was one of those dudes that was like, CJ Mosley, I think it might be time. One just drive gave me the monologue of like, he is getting ready to retire. And you saw it in live time right then and there. That guy goes out. Quincy's not ready yet to take over the leadership role,
right? Like
with CJ. So
wasn't that crazy with CJ? He got out, right? And the commentators, both of them, Joe Buck and Aikman. I think that's the last we're going to see of him tonight. The drive later, he's out on the field. He's out on the field, man. What does that showcase to the younger kids? Sauce Gardner. What the heck happened, right? And all of a sudden, it must have been a really bad stinger. He came back into it. The team has it. In my opinion, they have that drive in there.
The heart.
They do have it. Now it's up to Saleh. Saleh has to start coaching, like straight up. You have to start making the adjustments. If you don't make, I know Saleh understands this, but he has to go against that gut feeling because his gut feeling is always, they're professionals. They're going to figure it out. Stop. You're the head coach of the New York Jets. You've been given a luxury of a 4th year because after that 3rd year, so many people wanted you gone. And even after this game, people don't see differences. I don't see any difference in Saleh. Mm-hmm. This game right here, you got to come out of there 1-1 convincingly. The defense has to just shut Levis down.
That's his bread and butter too, the defense.
That's the defense right there. I want to see Aaron Rodgers replicate what Favre did against the Cardinals. Throw for your 5-6 touchdowns. You could do it. You could absolutely do it. It's there. It's there for the taking. Because then a week from tonight is our home opener. Think about that, fellas. The whole season can change right away. And after what the Pats did, man, I was down on them. Yes, it's only 1 week. But to go into Cincinnati in Ohio and beat that team, that's big, man. That's big. They're not the same Brady, but we cannot overlook at them and say, oh, it's a gimme win. We should beat the crap out of them. But I'm not going to take them lightly.
It's that defense, bro. I've been saying with the Pats, and shout out to Murph because he's the other cat that me and him been having this discussion in regards to it. Is they're going to be a pesty of a team. Mm-hmm. They're that pest that's going to stick there and stay there, and until you squish it, right, they could do some damage. Right. And I mean, it is what it is.
They're like lantern flies.
Literally, bro. And it's just, I mean, dude, I wanted to ask you guys this question, right? If Michael Carter cannot go, is this the game that you say, MC2, rest it? We got our other guy to go ahead and step it up for right now and stuff like that. What's your guys' take on that?
Yeah, Brandon Eccles.
Yeah,
100%.
Yep.
100%.
There's no need to make anything worse.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I really think that we're going to start hitting our stride come this weekend. I had the schedule pulled up. I don't have it right here. I don't want to lose the game. Oh,
I have us 14-3. I had us losing to San Fran. I was saying it from the summertime that this was going to be a humbling experience because all they've been hearing is Super Bowl, 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 and all that. And just like what Dan said, the young cats there, if you're telling me I'm Super Bowl, dude, I'm walking out there with my shirt off and I'm like, yeah, baby, Super Bowl, we got it in the bag. When you and I both, all three of us know that you need luck to get on there first and foremost, right? And you need to put in your work for the entire year, not just right now, man, because it's difficult. And that's why I say what the Chiefs are doing, dude, they're scary, man.
They're very scary.
Xavier Worthy, they added all those freaking weapons, bro. And I said it. Everybody was like, Xavier Worthy's 120 pounds, or I'm probably being fictitious right now. I'm sorry, right now.
Yeah.
But bro, I'll take speed all day. It's what Reed wants.
See, that's the thing. Like, I keep bringing it back to the 2020 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? You have Tom Brady there. You look at when they started 5-5. There was a game that they played against New Orleans. New Orleans destroyed them 38-3. And you say, shoot, they were 5-5. Who would have picked them as a Super Bowl champions that year? That's why I look at the Jets, the same thing. It's about hitting your stride. It's about getting it all together. These are kinks that are going on right now. And do I think that the Jets can figure it out? Yeah. As long as Aaron Rodgers is there, they will absolutely figure this thing out. Yep. But it starts this week. Like, you cannot go into week 4 0-3.
Correct.
Cannot do that. You can't. And now we're looking at these gimme wins like the one in London. The Sam Darnold, granted that he played against the Giants, that's another pesky team that you can't go in there thinking, this is a win. This is a win. It's the NFL, right?
Correct.
So is it inconceivable to think 0-2, 0-3, 0-4? Shit, that's horrendous to think that way. But the Jets, that locker room should be thinking, this is the NFL again. This can happen. We got to get everything on our gear. This is a must win. That's why I hate it when people are like, oh, no, this is not a must win. You only have 17 of these. Mm-hmm. And now 17, that means you can't lose more than 7. So it's a season cut in half. So every loss counts.
Yep.
I don't want to hear, it was a non-conference game. In a tiebreaker, guess what gets set into the equation? A non-conference as a tiebreaker.
Yep.
So now we're 0-1. We're heading into Tennessee, Elvistown. I say I'm going to change my mind. I think we're going to win. We're going to win. That's it.
I was winning.
I'm looking at the schedule right here, and I really believe that we can hit a stride. Tennessee, New England, Denver, and then we head to London, Sam Darnold and the Vikings. Now, the Giants are a really bad team. Mm-hmm. They're a really bad team. I think we could pull that one out. I really did. And a lot of these can go either way. And then we have Buffalo at home. I'm going to be at that game. I'm going to go to the Buffalo game on Columbus Day. And then we have the Steelers. I think that could be another. The thing is, we have Buffalo's number at home. I really think that we could beat that. I mean, they look really impressive right now. I'm watching the game, 24-7 against the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
And the Steelers, New England at home. I think that's another win. The Texans, that could go either way. We beat them last year, but you can't really discount them.
That's where I have us with the second loss. Is the Cardinals, Texans.
The Cardinals, they looked good last week against Buffalo. Yep. They did. I mean, Josh Allen is special. He's a unicorn, so they were able to pull out the win. But that could go either way. The Colts. Now, here's the thing that scares me with the Colts. Anthony Richardson has a lot to prove. They have Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor. If Jonathan Taylor stays healthy, that's the key. The New York Jets, I hate to say it, right now, they have proven for years at this point now, under Saleh, they cannot stop the run. They don't have answers for the run. And they were using, week one, they were using Debo as doing some touch passes with him, some sweeps with him, because the Jets right now are struggling with the run. Now, that's something that can be cleaned up. And I think they can. But as of right now, I need to see it first. The Seahawks, I think that could be a win. Miami, that can go either way. Jacksonville, that could most likely a win. The Rams, I could see that going either way, depending on health. Who knows what's going on with Puka Nacua now? If Cooper Kupp could finally stay healthy, that could be a good challenge for us. Right. Late in the season, there's 2 games after that. So that could be a good test for us, a good veteran quarterback with a couple healthy wide receivers if they could stay healthy. If Puka comes back and looks the same, like I said, if Cooper Kupp looks the same, I think that's going to be a good matchup for us. Buffalo, that's going to be a huge test for us. And then Miami again. Right. And then you know what? Can you beat some of these hard teams and get some confidence going into the postseason? Right. This could be perfect for us, fellas. Perfect for us. We're going to hit a stride nice and early. Maybe we humble ourselves a little bit. Maybe you get 1 or 2 losses somewhere in the middle to kind of bring us back down to earth. You need that sometimes.
Right.
Look at New England heading in the 2008. Were they? They had the only loss of the season in the Super Bowl,
which counts. That's the one
that would hurt the most, man. I'm okay with a couple losses. I mean, granted, if we were to go undefeated, hell yeah, man, I'm getting Jets tattoos all over me. I swear to God, I would.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't want to speak this into existence. I don't know how I would take a Jets loss in the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. The next day.
I don't know. When these guys lost in 2014, Argentina.
Tough.
Obviously I don't want to in the sports realm. In the sports realm, there's nothing worse than getting so close. Because obviously, guys, we know how bad it feels losing the AFC Championship game. But that right there, that's why give me this. Give me Monday night. Give me the chance to get on a run, gain some confidence, hit a stride, and get this defense, all the players knowing what each movement is, have Aaron Rodgers have that certain mindset of knowing everyone. That's where you start throwing in Malachi Corley, Mike Williams, all the tight ends, offensive line is good. Everybody is on the same page. We meet them again in the Super Bowl. It's not going to be like week 1.
Mm-mm.
And then at that point, when we win, ask any Niners fan if they would ever switch positions. If they would rather lose week 1 and win the Super Bowl. That's how I look at it.
Ask Detroit last year. Ask Detroit last year. It's Kansas City. Oh my God, they lost to Detroit. It's over, man. I think Andy Reid is freaking cooked. He doesn't. Patrick Mahomes is not that guy. And guess what they did? They just kept winning, and they showed everybody off, right? And it is what it is now. And we're over here saying his praises of Patrick Mahomes. Like, Dan, you're spot on, dude, because it is the truth. I don't know what I would do if we get that close. I've invested emotions with this team for such a long time. My whole entire family, dude, we spoke about it last week, right? Yep. Hey, what do you do during the games and all that stuff like that, right? I loved it. I'm watching it with my wife. My 2-month-old daughter is going like this because we're screaming off the top of our heads and all that. So is my wife, and she's going because she sees it and she knows how special it is. There's a reason why, right? The Jets again are like when we're this good, right? Which is crazy that we're being in every freaking news outlet and all that stuff like that. Because again, I've always said it. The real team in New York has always been the New York Jets. I understand Giants have won championships. I get Buffalo and what they've done and stuff like that. But let's keep it 100. Let's keep it honest. All right. It means more when the green and white is out there.
They're the most entertaining. They're always the big headlines, whether it's good for bad. Yeah, and the clickbait is always going to be there. That's why Tiki makes that take and says that, because he knows us 3 guys here
are gonna get pissed off and are gonna go on his show, or like what Dan said, hey Tiki man, come on our show, man. We'd be more than happy to bring you on here and all that, so we could rip you a new one real fast. And hopefully you get up, pick up your skirt, and walk out the damn screen again, because we're gonna go at you for what you're talking about. You know, so
yeah, the day that Trey Wingo was talking bad about the Jets, we got him to come on and he faced the music.
It's great. Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like this has always been an open space. You could come on here, complain, because we're gonna do it. Like I said, you know, not to beat a dead horse here, but I'm not mad that we lost week 1. Like I could live with that. I think it would have been more of an upset if we won. It'd be like, whoa, you know, that's not supposed to happen. It's the way we did it, though, man. Like, that's what gets me mad. It's the way that we did it. It's like we didn't get off the plane. And Robert Saleh, I don't care if he's wearing a black shirt or a nice white shirt. I don't care what he wears. Nothing changed with him, man. And then, I don't know if you guys saw a couple weeks ago, Boomer and Gio were at One Jet Drive and they interviewed him. And it was really telling with Robert Saleh. Like, I'm going to tell you, that's the moment I rebought back into him. He said, I did a lot of reflection. Last year, anytime things are bad, I would try to make it better. It got worse. And it did, because then, like, the leaks were coming out that he's confiscating cell phones and this and that. It got really bad at times, guys. And, like, a lot of us forget how bad it was.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't changed. He said he's like, I got to do what got me here. My defense, going back to X's and O's, that's what got me to this dance. Yeah, I like Robert Saleh. I do. Like, I see this Jack guy that's going nuts on the sidelines. I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. But to sit here and tell me that Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens looked good Monday night, come on, dude. Give me a freaking break. They did not.
That's what got me, man. I mean, what gets me still, and I get it, the whole rah-rah thing, I don't like it. To me, you saw the difference between coaching, and that's Johnny Boy. You brought this up right off the bat. When Breece Hall scored that touchdown, Saleh celebrated as if we won a championship.
Yep.
When the Niners scored touchdowns, even the first of the season that they had, and they zoomed in on Shanahan, been there, done that posture.
It's expected.
Not only is it expected, all right, what do? Do we go for 2? Do we go for 1? All right, now the defense is going to go on the field after the special teams kick. We have to expect that they're going to be aggressive. That's the mindset of a head coach. You're thinking ahead. You're not fist pumping.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah.
Rob, stop it, man. Stop. I get it if it's the last play of the game. We're in the fourth quarter. Shoot. I even expect a Belichick to like smirk or something, show passion. Not in the first quarter, man. It just shows, all right, you know what? If I'm the opposite head coach on the opposite sideline, I look at that and I'm like, I'm going to get him. He's emotionally invested. The mind's not there. Something's off there. I could unbalance him. Let me see. All right, you know what? As the game went on, it was the run. They can't stop the run. I'm going to keep feeding this guy, whatever his name is, Jordan
Mason.
Just keep feeding him. That's it. First down. Average yards, 5 per carry. Keep going. Start celebrating now. Keep celebrating. What are you doing? Instead of celebrating, start countering. What can I do next? That's why, to me, there's a level of NFL professionalism as a head coach of, as much as I like Saleh as a person, I think he's a great personal trainer. But as far as a head coach, I don't know. I don't know if it's there. I don't know, man. Yes, the players love him. But remember, players love coaches that protect them. Now, you have a head coach like Dan Campbell. To me, that's a head coach, right? He's passionate as Saleh. He'll give you the fist pump, but that same mindset of, what do we do on the next play? That's chess, right? You're thinking 5 moves ahead. That's the whole purpose of being an NFL head coach. Parcells had it in him. Same thing. Bill Belichick, the great ones, Landry, all of them. The great Andy Reid. And you study Andy Reid for a little bit. Watch a Kansas City game, and they could put up 35 points. They could be up 35-3. He's not eating burgers.
He's doing this again.
He might have a snapsicle or two, but
he's doing this again. Yep. Like literally, he always doing this.
Yeah. That's the job.
Mm-hmm.
That's the job as an NFL head coach. Not, chill, man.
I'm watching the game Monday night with my dad, and he goes, I agree. 4 years, I still don't know what he does. What does he do? Seriously, like Johnny, what does Salah do?
Look, Dan, you're making a great point, bro. But then last year, everybody was like, I need to see the passion with him. You're in the New York media, man.
No, that's fine. You can be passionate.
If you're effed if you don't, you F if you do, type of thing, right? Because, but Dan, Dan, Liam, you guys are both right. He needs to reel it in and be like, okay, next play, let's go ahead and keep going. At the end of the game is where I want to see that.
Yes.
At the end of the game, and even then, I want to see, like you were just saying, or a quick smirk and all that. Look, I know guys that have played for Salah that were on our team and all that, right? He is a guy that is not going to rip you apart in front of the media.
Right.
He's going to rip you apart behind closed doors.
We saw that a little bit on Hard Knocks.
And when I was the individual that I know very closely was saying that, right? He was like, a lot of the players respect that stuff in regards, because that would be like me coming on here and saying, yo, Dan, Liam, you guys both suck. Like this Afterburners is trash. Bro, you will never see Johnny Boy up here ever again. You know what I'm saying? And then probably guys are going to be cursing me out anyway.
No, we'll bring it back on the next week.
Yes, we'll be like, oh, he gets it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that to me, I think it speaks volumes, but you need to win. Win cures everything. We need to judge Salah now with Aaron Rodgers because he finally has a quarterback. He has not had that anything. I'll be 100% honest with you guys, man. If we had anybody else, right, with the 7 wins, and I hate saying this stat about the 7 wins and the 7 wins, it could have been 20 times worse. And we could have been looking at stuff and like, he should have been kicked and canned a long time ago. I mean, dude, the players are coming out and saying, yeah, he said it. 0-1 feels a lot better with Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Alan Lazard, can you tell me what is the difference of what you've done this thing? Oh, it's Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Garrett Wilson, right? How does it feel to do that? Oh, dude, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Everybody's throwing shade to Zach Wilson and saying how much that dude sucked.
Right.
Yep.
And we saw it there. I mean, that's why I'm excited. That's why I'm not pressing the panic button. I'm not here saying the season's over, the sky is falling, that this is done. Why do I put so much investment into this team and stuff like that? No, pump the brakes, look at the tape, look at it, right? There's some stuff that was good, a lot more stuff that was bad. Quinnen Williams was screaming, I need help. Yeah. Where is JFM? I said it in the summertime. We're going to miss JFM.
We are.
We need that big other body to be next to him. Dude, they're doubling, tripling him. Dude, you see freaking Fred Warner, which to me I think is the best linebacker in the entire league, right? He is shuffling the actual line and saying they're getting ready to run it to the right. They're running to he was seeing what we were so predictable when it came to that, and until I think Aaron Rodgers was like, yo, shut this mic off real quick because you guys are not gonna like what I'm about to say or whatever, and was like, I'm taking over and I'm doing that. Give me the plays, but I need the plays that have 6-7 different, cadences that I could say to, that I could audible out of and all that. And that's when you started seeing it. We just needed more time. And we didn't have it. The TOP killed us.
Now, I think that one way to counter this is I want to see now that he's gotten hit, now that he's gotten through a full game, he's dropping back. He looks good. Start airing it out a little bit more, man. Mm-hmm. That interception, that was BS. I mean,
that's bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't even a bad read. It was the 49ers made a good play.
Can I ask you guys this?
Sure.
Right? What is your take on Garrett Wilson on that one play with him with the toe drag swag?
It's hard. I'm not concerned about that. I'm not.
To me, it's, with the whole referee thing, I didn't like that because the play before, Brees got the first down, and that whole eye in the sky thing, they didn't call it on that. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, that's another thing that I'm not liking about the NFL, man. I don't like that. That all of a sudden, eye in the sky, we don't have to do a replay. They're telling me, oh, toe's not in, incomplete pass. Like, come on, man. It's either or. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do a challenge or whatnot, do it. This eye in the sky thing, I do not like one bit. With Garrett, to me, it's a learning experience of this season. Do I think that he would do the same thing in week 5, week 6, or maybe in a championship game, divisional? No, I think he learns from that. That's why I see a lot of positives in a loss. Yeah. That's why I'm like, all right, with Garrett, it is what it is.
Get the foot down.
Get the foot down. You'll get it in for next time. My big thing right now with the defense is, like you said, we're missing JFM. You can't bring him back. Huff, can't bring him back. So now Joe Douglas, Woody Johnson, and that whole front office, they have to swallow their pride, man. Call Hassan Reddick and tell him, what do you want in order to play for the New York Jets? What do you want, man? What do you want? Because at this point, this is an all-in year. Maybe it happens week 3. Maybe it happens after the Pats game, where we're going to have 10 days to rest to get ready for the Broncos. We need him. This is like Jake Asman said. So many people are like, oh, this is a luxury. This is a luxury player. He's not a luxury. We need this guy. We need him. So open the checkbook, and an all-in year. The Super Bowl is tangible, but we have to get it all together. We have to hit our stride. How does that happen? You got a star player that you traded for. Bring him in here. We need a pass rush. Because with a pass rusher, it opens up Jermaine Johnson. It frees up Quinnen. It allows our cornerbacks to pick the ball because the quarterback is going to be under duress, throwing the ball off his back foot. Things happen. Hassan Reddick is a special player.
Agreed.
Bring him in, man. Like enough playing, cards and whatever with the guy. If he says this, I do this. Stop. Bring him in. It's time, man. The season is here. 1 week went by already. We got 16 more of these in order to make the playoffs. Stop playing games.
Now,
get Reddick in here.
Now, here's the hard thing, though. Like Armin says, I don't care if you have to go to his house, meet up at a Walmart parking lot, go to the Roscoe Diner like they did with Darrell. Yep. I don't care. Now, here's the weird thing. Like, how do you get this done? Like how do you give him, now he's missing games. He's not going to be playing this Sunday.
You want to know? Pull a page from Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan went to Bart Scott's house. Bart, you're going to play for the Jets. All right. What are you guys giving me? Follow me. Let's get in the limo. Let's go talk to Tannenbaum. And they made it happen. Saleh, go to Reddick's house. Showcase to him what kind of defense you have in order to make this guy's talents flourish that much more so he can get a bigger payday in 2025. Do it. Again, we all want Saleh to change. This is part of it. Do it. Go to the guy's house.
You guys want me to be 100% honest with you?
Yes.
We're never going to see Hassan Reddick in a Jets uniform.
That's the narrative. That's the narrative right now.
I tend to agree. Once he said that I will die on my sword, referring to the whole samurai code and everything like that, I was like, yo, this guy is about his stuff and he will not. There's reasons why he's in Jersey City doing what he's doing, stuff with the charities right now.
Yep.
There's reasons why he is, doing all the other endorsements that he's currently doing with the hats, the shirts, and stuff like you just showed, Liam. That right there, those are his endorsements that he's rocking and showing to people, stuff like that, right? He is going to make money and he's going to continue to keep making money any means necessary. I don't look. This was a big hiccup between both parties. JD has as much blame as Hassan's camp does as well. You know, it's an unfortunate thing. Dan, you said it. Same old Jets crap all over again and everything like that. It's the truth. But I tell you this right now, man. Do I believe that Hassan Reddick makes his team better? 100%. Pay that man what he wants. If you know it is what it is, because people need to stop acting as if this dude is not a good, great player that changes the freaking meter when you put him in instantly changes it, you know. So
they had Quinnen playing defensive end.
dude,
That tells you all you need to know.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Charles.
What's up, Charles?
Charles, what's up, brother?
How you doing, brother?
Good,
Hey,
man.
boys.
I'm watching the Bills and Dolphins game right now.
Hey boys, I'm gonna head out because I'm gonna go chill with the wifey. I told her I
Yes.
wanted to come through and
Right
show
back.
you guys some love. Dan, dude, on point as always. Liam, on point as always, man. I love coming up here and showing you guys some love because you guys saying real stuff, and it's
Thank
what
you.
needs to be talked about and needs to be said. You know, Liam, I look forward to having you.
Yep.
This
Yeah, we'll be in
upcoming
contact Sunday.
upcoming weekend, Sunday, man, it's gonna be a good time. Dan, I'm gonna have to get you up there, man.
You got to do it, man.
I need some Spanish
Let's
up in
do
there,
it.
bro. You know what I mean?
Let's
So-
get it.
I'll do my best.
Johnny, before you go, I'm going to throw
Yeah.
something out there.
What's up?
Not only is Salah going to Reddick's house, I have a funny feeling if Aaron Rodgers again starts hitting his stride week 2, week 3, he's going to know that this window is very close. He may do something with his contract to open up, to give whatever is needed in order to get Reddick in here. I'm still not closing the door on this dude.
I would. I mean, at that point, build Aaron Rodgers the biggest statue in front of MetLife, because I mean, what he's doing for this team, it's incredible. Like when people were like, you know, when he did what he did with his contract and everything, I was like, look, Aaron Rodgers is a smart man. He's gonna make his money. Dude's coming out with the Netflix stuff, got the Hugo House stuff right now and everything. You know, the hemp oil crap that he's doing now too and stuff like that.
He has his own ayahuasca brand.
When you play in New York, right, you make money. And trust me, man, that media is out there and he is loving every single moment of it. But then I hope, man, and pray that happens, dude.
It's going to be him and Devontae Adams by the trade deadline.
Oof. Yeah, man. Hey, look, I might knock this damn desk over, dude, right now. Okay?
So, Johnny, real quick before you hop off, why don't you just plug what's going on this Sunday with us?
Yeah. So this Sunday, myself and Snowball have a show called Jets Worldwide. It's wide. It's 10:30 on Sunday Eastern Standard Time. It's a different spin-off of our Jets content, right? It's kind of trying to help all the crazy guys that are out there that are so soup, that are running around freaking wanting to flip tables. I don't know, you know, just to kind of relax them prior to the game, have a little bit of fun. You know, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day. Dan, you remember Match Game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's exactly what it is. It's Match Game itself. And we ask different questions. We have a huge panel of stars that are there, and we have 2 actual contestants. And this week we got Daniel Murphy, right, who's the co-host of Dano Jets. That's on Fridays at 9, going against Mr. Bonesy, right, to see if Bonesy is going to take over the championship. We give out prizes as well, and then my uncle Friday nights, me and my Theo, Friday nights we do the 411 on New York sports. It is not really Jet centric like that. It is all about, you know, the New York sports that are out there, the different cultures, and then we have a very strong message. That's on Friday nights from 6 to 8 that we do. And we would love at some point to kind of like talk and have you guys, Dan, you know, talk a little bit, because I've been wanting somebody that knows about, you know, some football.
Let's do it.
Right?
Let's
you know, have that. And Liam, I mean, my Long Island guy, dude, when you told me you're from Long Island, bro, you know, I got super hyped. We go over here talking about All-American. We can talk about some, I mean, I'm going to ask you the question, right? Hey, what girls do you like, man? Is it the Island Park girls, the Franklin Square girls, or the Oceanside girls? I mean, so hey, I appreciate.
I'll save my answer for Sunday.
Oh, and Johnny boy, congratulations, man! You kicked Argentina's ass, man, 2 days ago.
Dude, look, I love soccer. I love football a lot, man, and Ecuador does this every single time, and they get you. But we lost to Brazil 2 games prior to that, and Brazil's not doing really well right now.
No,
so that tells you everything right then and there, man. Ecuador has the talent, man, but when it comes to us putting it all together,
it's tough, man. It's tough.
Dude, all my teams, bro. I'm a Jets, Mets, Rangers
Me
fan,
too.
bro. Like,
Same here, dude. Knicks.
It makes no sense, man. The Knicks, I think the Knicks have a giant thing to be able to do right now. So hopefully, with everything they're doing, but and the Mets, baby. I mean, the Mets, you got to believe, as they say.
Got to believe, man. You got to believe it.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
Johnny boy, man, you have a great night.
You
Thank you so much for your insight, man.
Nah, thank you guys, man. Dan, bro, we were right there, man. Like literally, man, right there. Liam, you too, brother. I appreciate it, man. You guys have a good night.
Yep, I'll see you Sunday.
Go Jets.
All right, wait. Charles, sorry about that, man. We saw you leaving. You exited stage left.
Yeah.
Then we saw you back. What's going on?
Door for my
I heard
brother. Anyway, how are you guys holding up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm all right.
Sorry,
so
Mom.
far, so good. What about you, Charles? Are you good? Are you okay? Are you like 3 days past Monday night? Did you just, you know what? Time to move on. Or are you
I
still
was
in that
disappointed
funk?
more than I was angry.
You
but
had
I
some
got
chicken
over
noodle
it.
soup. You're ready to go again.
Yum, 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 yum.
Well, if you guys forgot, I'm 30 years old now.
Hell yeah, baby.
Happy birthday.
Happy freaking birthday, baby. 30 years
Yeah, I
old.
turned on Tuesday, turned 30 on Tuesday. I feel great.
You turned it up?
I was disappointed more than I was angry yesterday. I mean, on Monday night, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I kind of was too.
But hopefully the Jets get together this Sunday versus the Titans. I know you guys are still talking about Hassan Reddick. I think there's a shot he may play for us this year.
Yeah, baby.
It's just
Preach
coming
it.
down to which side is going to back down. Personally, I think it should be both. I think both Hassan Reddick and Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh need to grow the hell up. Like, man, be like, look, they need to do what's best for the team, not for themselves at this point. Hassan Reddick, I understand he's a good football player. He wants to get paid, and that's fine. But right now, he needs to play for this team. We brought him in for a reason. We brought him in as a replacement for Bryce Huff, who did nothing for the Eagles on last Friday versus the Green Bay Packers. But I'm not going to say he's going to stink up the joint with the Eagles, but, and honestly, do I think the Jets can still be a good defense without Hassan Reddick? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit there and say they're going to be a crappy defense based on one bad game.
Right.
The Jets had a few bad games last year. I mean, against Cleveland, against Washington, against Miami both times.
I thought they played fairly well. They beat Washington.
Yes.
Washington. I think that was like one of Zach's better. I don't even remember who the quarterback was.
It was Trevor Siemian.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate that last name. Disgusting. So we
Simeon,
need new
what's wrong with
pictures on
Simeon?
it.
Tua just threw a pick six. The
Yes.
Bills are beating the Dolphins, which is about 31-10.
Wow.
It's
Bills got a good
it's-
defense, man.
It's still the Bills' division for them to lose.
I said this on Discord. I said I'm picking Buffalo for 2 reasons. One, they own the Dolphins.
Right.
Number 2, to send a message to the Jets. This is the team you have to compete with the most and beat the most for the division. This is the team that has owned this division the last 4 years. Once Tom Brady left the building, Bills took it over.
Yep.
If the Jets want to be legitimate contenders, not only for the playoffs, but for the AFC East division title, that they got to get their head out of their asses and play to win the game.
Yeah.
You
And
have
I-
to.
I feel like the Jets match up well with the Bills, especially at home, which gives me like I kind of want the Bills to be in first place right now. This way, the Jets can come and take it.
Well, here's the thing, though. For what I've seen from Josh Allen so far under Joe Brady, he seems kind of like the quarterback he once was under Brian Dable. Not only phenomenal, but competent. You know what I'm saying? Like less turnover machine-wise, plays at a very high level, makes great throws here and there, but doesn't commit a ton of turnovers. That was Josh Allen's Achilles heel his rookie season and the last couple of years once Brian Dable left.
Yeah, once they got Dorsey, it kind of he became that turnover machine again. You're right.
So, I mean, Joe Brady, this was the same offensive coordinator that made Joe Burrow the number one pick in 2020 draft.
Yep. So, Charles, what was the biggest concern for you last Monday night against the 49ers?
Well, I'd say the coaching more so than the players.
Okay.
The coaching, I felt, didn't really come up with a backup plan like, hey, what happens if Christian McCaffrey wasn't able to play? No disrespect to Jordan Mason. He's not a bad football player, far from it. But let's be for real. He's not Christian McCaffrey, right? Christian McCaffrey is a once in a lifetime type of football player. I mean, his father played football for the Broncos and 49ers. His brother currently plays for the Washington Commanders / Redskins.
Whoa.
So there's that in there. And Christian McCaffrey, when he's healthy, he's one of, if not the best running back in football. Last year, he and Raheem Mostert, who's also injured at the moment, tied for the league with 21 touchdowns. So when you look at that perspective, I mean, the 49ers, the reason why I felt the 49ers were going to have success, especially when it comes to running the football, was for two reasons. One, Kyle Shanahan, excuse my language, is a fucking genius.
Whoa.
And number two, our defense was never really that good against the run, even when our defense was top 5. We were never really that good against the run. I'm not saying we were trash against the run, but we were mostly known for being a great pass rushing and cover defense. Our run defense was a little bit suspect. So I felt the 49ers were like, hey, this Jet defense, while they may be good at rushing the quarterback and defending the pass, let's ground and pound, baby. Let's ground and pound like the Jets used to do back in 09 and 010 with Rex Ryan and company. Let's ground and pound their ass. And that's exactly what the 49ers did. They ran the football. They chewed up the clock. And for anyone that says the Jet offense isn't good enough, clearly doesn't watch football to save their freaking lives. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I thought, looked fine on Monday night. He wasn't the problem. The offensive line wasn't the problem. Well, with the exception of the run and blocking, which I think they'll fix up on Sunday versus Tennessee. But the offense wasn't too bad. I'm not saying they were great. I'm not saying they were amazing, but they were not the problem. When they were on the field, they were able to sustain some drives. It's not like the Jets offense was going 3-9 in every single possession like they were under Zach Wilson and Trevor Siemian and what's this doofus's name? Tim Boyle.
Oh, yeah.
And
Don't
Joe,
get me started on that.
and Joe Flacco and Strebler.
Well, Joe Flacco actually had some good games for us, even when Adam Gase was the head coach.
Now, Charles, we want to change it up a little bit because we're always talking about Hassan Reddick. But what do you think about the movie Reddick? I think it was good, right? It
with Vin Diesel?
Yeah. What do you think?
I like Vin Diesel as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very talented.
Right.
I thought the Riddick movies are interesting. Granted, I will say this: I was very impressed in how he voiced Groot in the Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise.
Right.
Now, just they're making Dan. Can you pull that up for one more second?
Yes.
I don't know if you guys are aware. Once Dan gets this up, I'll show you.
Oh shoot! Okay, there we go. All right, let me do it right now. And
We're making another one.
Here we go. Oh, wrong Reddick. Wrong Reddick. Sorry.
Well, they are making a Reddick too, but Vin Diesel does not show up.
Oh no, Hassan does.
Hassan does.
I get it now.
That's why he's not playing.
Right. He is doing his thing. Oh, you see it? Which one is it? Part 2?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, look at that. I didn't like the Chronicles. The Chronicles.
He just does. Yeah. Like Vin
like
Diesel just does not show up. They're waiting for him.
I never really got to the Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh, no. It's very, very good. Very good.
I didn't get to it either.
It's got Liam Neeson in it. It stinks, though, we lost James Earl Jones.
I was in it.
Yeah. Horrible. Horrendous.
One of my favorite actors of all time.
Yes, he was the lion and
Mufasa,
Mufasa.
the voice of Darth Vader. He was in Coming to America.
That was a great
He
movie.
did the play version of Fences, the Broadway play version of Fences.
Yes.
Yep.
Good memory. Charles, listen, my man.
He did the Field of Dreams.
We're going to ask you one more question.
Go ahead.
What's the outcome
Of the game.
Yes.
And the
Hopefully
movie.
34-13 Jets win.
Let's
We'll
do it.
see how things turn out, my friend.
Rock and roll, man. Yo, Charles, you have a good night, all right?
You too, my friends.
Go Jets. All right. We are on an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know, man. It's just, I'm torn because it's just, I'm excited that, all right, you know what? Let's move on. I want to see how the Jets kind of react to this. But at the same time, is it going to be the same old Salah? But I'm just going to leave it up for Sunday. See how that goes. And at that point, see where the chips fall, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that is the biggest concern right now.
Right.
It really is. I mean, I don't see Salah changing. I don't. Monday night would have been the perfect opportunity, week 1, to say, I've turned a new leaf. I really follow through what I said to Boomer and Gio a couple weeks ago, where, things got out of hand. I think all just chips are in on Aaron Rodgers. That's really what it is. They're all thinking, as long as I have Aaron Rodgers, we're fine.
Right.
To quote Aaron Rodgers, RELAX.
Yes.
But
No, it spells. It doesn't spell but. It's silly.
well, it might. It might. Liam Neeson thinks it does.
He does.
But
Liam, isn't that the guy from The Naked Gun?
no, it's the guy on the show right now.
Liam Nielsen?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh,
Liam
snap.
Neeson.
That's you, dude.
That's me.
Oh, my gosh. That's the best.
But in all seriousness, though, I don't think Robert Saleh is going to change. I fear that down the road it's going to burn us. It's going to afterburn us.
Whoa.
But with that being said, though,
Like crabs.
yes,
That burns.
it does. So I've been told.
Yes.
Maybe Armin can allude to that more than I could.
I've told you.
Yes, it was you.
Not good.
With that being said, the thing with the coaching staff, especially with Nathaniel Hackett, is like, just don't get in the way. Like I said earlier, just don't get in the freaking way.
Mike's on point.
Mhm.
Salah is the problem. It's the coaching. It's the damn coaching, man. Like if you have all the chess pieces all ready to go, but if you don't know how to play the game, you don't know how to adjust. What else? Like Salah has got to change. And that is the biggest problem here. He is not going to until otherwise noted. We've seen it on Monday night, to Liam's point. Is he going to change for Sunday? I hope so. I think all Jets Nation is pulling for the guy. It's not like, oh, we hate Salah. We want him out of here. It's not
Gase where we're counting down the games to get rid of him. But you know what, Dan? It's at the point now where if Salah picks up a playbook, we're going to think it's weird. Why does he have a playbook? Why does he have a playbook? Why does the head coach know what plays are getting called?
Right. That is scary, bro.
And you know what else I wonder too is when Jeff Ulbrich and Nathaniel Hackett call the plays and it goes through Salah's headset. Does he have the balls to say no? Does he?
No.
It is. See, like that's what I wonder though. Like, has he ever vetoed a call? I don't think he has, dude. I don't think he has. And that's one of the biggest problems, too. He has no command over this team right now. That's the problem. The defense, I think they'll be all right. I really do. I mean, if they can't get together against Will Levis, then what are you doing? I mean, the guy eats mayonnaise for breakfast.
He puts it in his coffee.
Yes.
Ugh.
Literally.
Right.
Like he eats mayonnaise.
I like mayo.
I
like
do
mayo,
too.
but not in my coffee.
Yeah, I like it on my sandwich, on my turkey
Yes.
sandwich.
Yes.
But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm really excited to see if they continue to try to pound the rock, or if it's a situation where Aaron Rodgers is getting like a little bit more comfortable week after week, where maybe he's going to start dropping back more. And he even said on Pat McAfee that he wants to feature Garrett Wilson more, and Garrett Wilson had 11 targets. If you could get Garrett Wilson 15 targets a game, I think we'll be in good shape. But this cannot be a situation like Mecole Hardman where they have nothing for Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get him involved. And I didn't think I'd say this. I want to see more Allen Lazard. I do. If him and Roger, if he's just comfortable at Rodgers, if anything else, and Rodgers is comfortable with him, because think about it, Rodgers has been there essentially for Lazard's entire career, literally his entire career. He knows what he's comfortable with and what he's not comfortable with.
No,
and he knows when he can and can't hit him. And he even said, they asked him about Allen Lazard, and he goes, yeah, he should have caught that first one. So there's accountability in the locker room. Don't think there isn't.
Yes,
and then you pulled up the tweet earlier where he said that he would point fingers, but he only has 10.
Right.
And he actually has 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. So
right.
Are thumbs fingers? See, not all fingers are thumbs.
Yes. I think he has a toe on his left hand. But like Michael says something where do you find this Dan Campbell if this thing doesn't work out? And the guy that is a clone of him is Mike Vrabel. Like if you're going to go that route, that to me is a must. Like if this thing doesn't work out, get a head coach with head coaching experience that has won in this league. Don't go backwards and get someone like Adam Gase. Like that was like asinine. Why not get a Super Bowl winning head coach like McCarthy, right? Now, again, people might be like, oh, he sucks. At the time, with a young Sam Darnold, should have gotten something that could groom him the right way. To me, it's Mike Vrabel. Like, if you want this franchise heading in the right direction, that's something else that we should have asked Vinny and Jared.
I think Tua is hurt. He's walking off the field with no helmet on. I wasn't really watching, so
this guy, man, I feel for him, man. I don't know if it's a concussion, but shoot, dude, what the Dolphins did to him last year, so many people forget when he got that concussion and they forced him to go back into the game. Yeah, he's got to start really. Yeah, he's got to start really thinking long and hard. If it's another concussion, think about it, man. I mean, dude, you only got one life, right? Like, if this is it.
Oh, here we go. I'm watching the play. Ooh, yep. So he just put his head right into that. Looks like I can't tell who it was. It might have been. It might have actually been what's his face, the guy Damar Hamlin. I saw a 3 in there. I didn't really see. But yeah, so it was a head right into the shoulder. So it looks like most likely, I mean, he's limping a little bit, but his head went, like his head and neck went right into that guy's shoulder. So I don't know if it is a concussion. So now Skylar Thompson is in.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Division's out.
So
now,
yeah, seriously though, I mean, like I hate the Dolphins, but you don't ever want to see that. So I am pulling for Tua. I hope he's all right.
Yes, Vinny, this is a pipe dream. We're not getting you could even trade 3 first rounders. He's staying in LA. There's no way. And I get it. No more defensive guys. I want a head coach that knows what the offense and the defense they're doing. We don't even have that. We don't even have a head coach that knows what's going on in the defense. Special teams, we have no idea. Vrabel is a straight up overall head coach. Like I wouldn't mind that. Shoot, even this guy, D'Amico Ryan, another defensive guy, but he's lighting it up over there. Again, I think we overblow it with the whole defensive-minded head coach, unless you get a guy like this.
I want to throw a name at you.
Okay.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. The
offensive coordinator.
Another guy, I got to be honest, maybe he's good or whatever, but it's another Eric Bieniemy type of guy where he's great where he's at. Maybe he's good. I don't know. But why? Why go down that road again it's like a farm league with the Jets with these head coaches. It's like they have no idea how to be a head coach. They're learning on the fly, and they're not going to get it. Look at all what we had. I mean, we had Herman Edwards. He was okay, right? He's all right. Al Groh, another guy, all right. Rex Ryan, great 2 years. Then after that, even before with Mangini, and then Bowles, Gase. Gase is another guy who never learned to be a head coach. And then this guy's pom-pom guy. Pom-com.
Pom-pom.
That's all he is. That's
his nickname, Pom-pom.
That's it. Coach, you have this golden opportunity. Coach the team. Like everybody wants to see you succeed in New York. You have the absolute best opportunity right here. You have a Hall of Fame head coach. A Hall of Fame quarterback. An offensive line, stout. Weapons up the wazoo. Defense, stout. Just bring that energy down a little bit and focus that on coaching. X's and O's, man. Stop jumping up and down in the first quarter after you score a touchdown. You look like an idiot, man. Stop.
And there was
coach,
a quote.
Been there, done that.
There was a quote from him. I'm gonna just kind of paraphrase something along the lines last year of, "We got to act like we know how to win," like where it's just like something along the lines of like winning is going to be. It shouldn't be like unexpected from us. But this guy, I mean, we score a touchdown and he doesn't know what to do with himself. And as much as we rip Adam Gase, hey, listen, Adam Gase, he sat like this, but at least there was a playbook in his hand. I don't know. I mean, it might have been his kids coloring for him. It might have been scribbles. But if there's at least a playbook in his hand, I mean, if he's just sitting there with a blank page and just looking, that looks 100 times better. And you want to do the fist bump? I'm all for that. Like that's kind of, like when they score a touchdown, I'm like, yeah, you want to do that? Fine.
Like leave that up to us. Like leave that up to the fans to fist pump. All right, touchdown.
What I'm saying, because he's a fiery guy. If you want to go like that, I have no problem with it. Fine, you do your little fist bump. But you know what? When they're getting a sack and he's doing the exact Quincy Williams arm up in the air, like what are you doing? Like you never saw Rex do the plane when they scored a touchdown. Right. I mean, you saw Rex jog a little bit, which was, him just getting his exercise in, but.
Right. I mean, Vinny says, I know it's not the sexy pick. Go and reach out to Jim Cole. Like it's not only is it not sexy, it's an abstinent pick. Like it's like the guy's old. Like, why stop there? Go after Dick Vermeil. Freak it. You know what? Outside the box. Go after Warren Buffett. No, I need something innovative.
Go after Gary V.
Gary,
dude. Imagine that. You know who I really want that like comes up for some weird reason every time we're looking for a head coach and it's never going to happen?
The avatar from Armand, the chick, Reed?
Yeah, Reed. Andy's daughter.
The best.
No, Bill Cowher.
Yes.
And he's not past his prime because like he's still involved. Like he's not somebody that just sits in his home and watches he doesn't watch like westerns all day. Like he's in the booth. Yes. Yeah, see what I did there?
Well done. And you know what? To your point, that's exactly what the Rams did, right? If you think about it with Dick Vermeil, he was out of football for 40 years. Comes back, wins the Super Bowl.
This is a family show, Dan.
Sorry about that.
His name is Richard.
Rich Vermeil. Right.
Rich Vermeil. It doesn't even sound right saying that, but
elongated Vermeil. Yes. Girth Vermeil.
I like it.
Yeah.
Or what about Sam Darnold's grandfather?
Half Chub Vermeil. Oh, Dick Hammer?
Dick Hammer.
What a name, dude. I would just walk everywhere bare chested with that name. Everywhere. Even it doesn't matter.
And like when you introduce yourself, you can't just announce yourself. Hey, I'm Dick. Dick Hammer. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Would he have entertained the Jets had they went to the first when Trevor came out?
You see? Like, he still has it in him. Cowher still has it in him to coach, man.
What do you think
Imagine him.
Parcells is up to these days?
No,
Dude,
I'm still-
imagine.
Parcells? Wow, no, man.
I know he's old, but
He's yeah. At that point, I'd get Namath. Be like, yo, Joe, what are you doing? And I just like imagine Bill Cowher coaching this team right now.
they'd be ready to win.
They will be ready. They'll be ready.
And like like I said, like the thing with that is like he's still in the NFL. Like he's not coaching, but he's doing the shows. Like he's on Fox. He still knows what's going on.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't want to start talking about like the next head coach. I
Yes.
really hope Robert Saleh figures it out. I really
Yes,
do.
I want an NFL head coach of the year. That's what I'd like. You know what I mean? Go for it. You know, I
But
want him
without a
in front of the
playbook
team.
in his hand, like what the hell are you doing, man?
It's all in here.
Yeah, he
it's
just
all-
knows the playbook.
It's all in there.
Why
it's
do I
all-
need a paper tell me the playbook? I know the play. I am the playbook. You know?
Right.
Like the thing with Salah too is like let him and Ulbrich just kind of like collaborate on the defense because that seems to be working. I mean, outside of Monday night, but just don't get in the way of the offense. Just let Aaron Rodgers be the offensive coordinator. I hear Nathaniel Hackett makes good coffee. If
Great.
that's great coffee, the perfect amount of sugar. It's not too light, not too sweet, but it's also not bitter. It's just what Aaron Rodgers like. You know, he sticks his finger in there, swirls it around to make sure it's not too hot.
He doesn't even buy it. He doesn't even make it. He buys it.
Buys it. That's fine.
'Cause
Yeah,
he can't make the coffee. He can't.
I would buy Aaron Rodgers a cup of coffee every single day as long as he's a New York Jet. If we're doing well, and I would even get him the Taylor egg and cheese.
Taylor Swift
egg and
Yes.
cheese.
That's it. I think
You know?
that'll do it. I mean, you saw on Monday night how many times he audibled out of Hackett's play. You saw it like no one, anyone with a half brain can see it. Like, all right, you know what? I gotta audible out of this one. This one's not gonna work.
And anytime they showed him on the sidelines, he was with Hackett.
Right.
Walking into the locker room at halftime, he was walking right next to Hackett.
Right.
So they're talking, man. And if this is what Aaron Rodgers, I don't understand why he loves him so much. But hey, I mean, if you love him and you like him, like whatever, then yeah, come along for the ride, buddy. You know, we'll take you in. We had your father; he sucked, but you know, you're no better, probably worse. But come along for the ride. You know, let's see where this car goes. But Dan, we're approaching the 2-hour mark, so we got about 3 minutes left. I just wanted to ask you.
Yep.
What are your score predictions, and just like what do you think's happening on Sunday?
So just me, man. I know at the beginning of the show I was like, the Jets are losing this one, but like I waffle, right? I go back and forth because it's our team.
You're gonna get called out for this on Twitter.
Yep. I go back and forth. Go back and forth. They're losing the team, the game. They're going to start the season 0-2. Maybe that's exactly what the Jets need. But when you look at this team that's led by Aaron Rodgers, he's not going to allow that to happen. He's just not. You know that he's vocal. He's probably being a little reserved. I saw some frustration with him on Monday night. He didn't voice it. He didn't get pissed, but you could see it. There was a shot of him where he's just looking at the camera as if he was a character from The Office, like saying, "Do you believe this? This is ridiculous." But he's just very mellow right now. I feel if we go into halftime, let's say 13-3, 13-7, and we're losing, even though it's week 2, I think that's our turning point of the season. I think in that halftime, he's going to make a speech. I mean, they said that he kind of voiced a little bit of his displeasure after the game, but I think honestly, the team is going to rally around him. They saw everything last year for him to even come back, one of the fastest rehabs. And had the Jets been in playoff contention, he would have been back for that Washington game. I think everyone feels they let Aaron Rodgers down. Everyone, even the offense that did so well, I think the offensive line feels like they let him down. Why? They didn't open up holes for Brees at all. Garrett Wilson was the only guy that showed up, right, on offense.
Yep.
So in my opinion, we're going to see a different Jets team on Sunday. Not fully, not hitting on all cylinders, but just a little bit more motivated. I think we win probably 24-17, a close one.
24-17. Okay.
Jets.
Yeah, I like that because as Vince and Jared had said earlier, if you guys didn't catch the beginning of the show, we started a half an hour early. We had two I'm trying to remember the name of it, the Sick Pod Talking Titans podcast, or some I think that's what it was. I'm sorry, I don't think any of us like really like cover the Titans too closely. We don't really watch them. I mean, like we don't really interact with them too often. But they made a lot of good points, a lot of good insight, and they say that the Titans can't really get over 17 points. Right. And on average, the defense was not letting up more than 18 points.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is like 80-10 or something like that. You know, like when the defense lets up less than 18 points, some stat. But here's another good stat for you that I saw on Twitter. A lot of people don't. Oh yeah, he's concussed again.
Yep.
Another concussion,
It's
man.
Crazy, man.
Praying for him.
Yeah.
But seriously. But another crazy stat that a lot of people don't talk about is Aaron Rodgers has never in his career started a season 0-2. Ever. And he knows he's at the end of his career. Over my dead body are we starting 0-2. Over my dead body am I going to let this team spiral out of control like it did last year.
Exactly.
I am back, baby. The Achilles is fine. I am taking this team over. I am the head coach. I am the owner. I am the GM. I am the offensive coordinator. Give me 2 years. Let's get this done. No more fooling around. You had your little oopsie week 1.
Yep.
That was your card. That was best team in football. Like I said earlier, best team in football. But if you want to be a Super Bowl contender, you got to at least be on that level.
Right.
You can't just lay on your back. You can't get punched in the mouth and lay there and say, my mouth hurts.
Right.
Get
That's
on
what
your
she
feet. Said. Yes. Get on your feet and punch them harder and say, yeah, we're the New York Jets. We're here to stay. This is our NFL. Absolutely. So that being said, I think I don't care. If we could drop a 50 burger on them, do not let off the gas. Because Kyle Shanahan, he was not going to let off the gas.
No.
And that's Salah's boy.
Yep.
8 consecutive scoring drives is what the San Francisco 49ers had between field goals and touchdowns. We have Greg Zuerlein. He could definitely kick a 60-yard field goal. 60 plus. He almost hit a 70-yard field goal in preseason. It was close. I think it was like 67, 66, somewhere in there.
Kick the shit out of that thing.
That's what the New York Jets need to do to every team. Kick field, not kick field goals, but kick the shit out of everybody.
That's right.
No mercy this year. How many times have random teams just ran up the score on us? Thursday night at home? Yeah. I want to throw up 72 on New England.
Definitely. Raw dog them.
Yup. So with that being said,
but wait, we have to end on a high note. How good did the Jets look in these freaking uniforms, dude?
Yep.
Dude, I mean, finally, bro. Finally, the New York Jets look awesome again. Look at those helmets.
Yep.
Freaking uniforms. And just everything. That's why it's another reason, man. They're going to look so good winning, bro. They're going to look so amazing. Bring it on,
You know what's funny? I was at work the other day and like one of my it kind of sucks. Like nobody at my job that I'm working on right now like really like watches football too. So I just have to I kind of contain like all like my Jet stuff like until I'm telling people that don't watch football like how good the Jets are and everything. And like they're like I don't know, and I'm like I'm telling you, trust me.
Right.
And then I got a forklift stuck in the dirt the other day, right
Oh,
after I told them that. Yeah.
Not cool.
Right in front of it. Couldn't have been any worse. It was in front of the owner of my company. We were just awarded another big job. Every vice president, the who's of construction were there. And they look over, and I'm like, the Jets are going to have a great season. And then I'm like,
Solomon Wilcox.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But whatever.
It is what it is.
I think, and like, here's the thing too. Like that coworker, he goes, "What's up with those Giants uniforms?" He goes, "I haven't seen them, but like everyone says, like they suck." So I showed him, and then he was like, "Ugh." That was his answer. Ugh.
They look like the Montreal Canadiens.
But the Canadiens, yes. But then I said to him, I said, "But hold on." I said, "But look at the Jets," and he goes, "Those are clean." I said, "Yes, they are. Yes, they are, man." So like I am just like manifesting other people that don't watch football in the Jets. I'm turning them into Jet fans.
Hell yeah, man. Yo, Armand, huge dude.
Congratulations, man.
Look at that, man. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. I love it.
Although you're holding in, we're still proud of you.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand why he's not calling in.
He said that he will not call in until Hassan Reddick is playing for the Jets. So if he gets traded, we will never hear from Armand again.
Sorry. Oh my
I'm
God.
I'm waiting to delete that picture, but we can't.
I'm gonna Photoshop Armand's face on it.
You can always,
Oh my God. Look at that. Yikes.
He looks a little cockeyed.
Yes.
Look at his right eye.
That looks like my bank account. Like when I have to pay off like my credit card bill. Like it's like, why did you buy that? Why? Why did you even spend money on that purchase? Just for 2% cash back? Dummy.
Yeah, but Dan, there's something, we're talking about these beautiful uniforms. The Jets go home wearing these.
Oh my God.
The season opener on these.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I'm lying, actually. That's against Buffalo. Yeah, all right.
That's,
it literally says it on the screen, too.
Fact check.
All right,
sorry,
Facebook.
Liam, I apologize, but you misinformed the public. They will be using that. Here, this is what the reliable source here says. They will be using it against the Buffalo Bills. Sorry. Fact check only works one way.
Huh. But
JETS, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so as far as a score prediction,
yeah,
I'm thinking 28-17.
Okay.
I really am. I know that's a little bit. I know. I mean, I know it's a little weird because like they only scored 19 last time. Like they always get these like weird scores.
Why go for the 2-point conversion? I don't understand that. What was the logic? Like
I don't know.
You just scored a touchdown, kicked the field goal. You're fine. Just keep going. There was no reason for 2. That's where the head coach comes into play. Rodgers just looked at you. He looked at Saleh and said, "I don't care about this. We're going for this." And Saleh's like, Yeah, we go for 2.
Yes,
man.
we are.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah,
you see that? I said that. I said that. I said we're going for 2, and they're doing it. They're actually respect my authority. Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh, but yeah, 28-17 is what I'm thinking, man. Like that's a lot of points compared to like the 19 that we had put up.
Right.
But I think that Aaron Rodgers is truly going to come into his own a little bit. Well, not really come into his own, but just get like that confidence back, that swag, that drip. I want to see him score a touchdown and do like that little like guitar thing that he did.
That
gets on one knee.
Discount.
Yeah.
I know I'm dating myself. myself.
Discount double check. I want to see him get on the knee and do the whole, scratch the guitar thing too, but like
I want him to just pull his pants down and be like suck it.
Whoa.
On that note, guys, let's get ready for this Sunday. It's going to be amazing. We're going to win. We are going to win this game. Let's do it. See you guys next. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. One special announcement, because I don't think we're going to be on next Thursday night. We're going to be on Wednesday night. Because who wants
Can you
to
do
see
next
us?
Wednesday?
I think I could do Wednesday night. I'll do
Wednesday. I'll be here regardless.
We'll do 9:00 Wednesday because again, I ain't doing no live stream on when the Jets are playing. I'm actually
going to the company, the thing I was telling you about.
Oh yeah,
I'm going. Yeah,
That's right. Only electricians.
you could be an electrician for a day.
I'll bring this thing with me. So like, I need this fixed.
When somebody asks like what job you're on, just point to like another guy. When he asks, just point to another guy. And
Right.
That's
You're like, hey, he knows.
they might not even like the thing. Like the funny thing is, like there's so many guys that like they would not question you.
Right.
They'd be like, who the hell's him? But like, oh, he's on.
Even if I have,
like,
if I have like eye black, I'm
they
thinking
would
about
just
bringing
be
that
like,
back.
they would, yeah, you should. They would just be like,
I have it
he's
on my
very
hat.
passionate. He's very passionate. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you should. You should bring it back. That's your look, man.
That was my look. Yeah.
You know. But so I have a little question for you guys real quick though. So what I'm trying to do is like when it works out, I'm trying to bring like another team's podcast on, like similar like what I did with the Titans. Do I dare bring a Patriots one on?
Yes. Yeah, we need a Patriots fan. Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I there's a part of me that hopes that the chat like rips them apart, even though I'm always like, just be respectful as possible.
Right. This
make it uncomfortable for him as possible.
This is how it would go. Like, let's say you were the Patriots fan. Like, hey, so what do you think about the game tomorrow night? With the Jets opener. What do you think?
Yeah, are you asking
for you? That's a question. Let's do it again. Okay. This is how I think it would go. So, Mr. Pats fan, how do you think the game would go?
I think
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what a Pats fan thinks because we're sweeping you. Thanks for coming on. That's what I think. That's how I would. We're not going.
And we switch sides.
And we switch sides. Yes, I'm on this side now.
Yeah,
wow. That's it. That's how
you're like my girl. You're like my girlfriend at night. I'm like, how do you end up on that side of the bed? When did you roll over me?
Oh, you see?
But yeah, I mean, Johnny Boy's saying hell yes. I can tell them that they suck. Yeah, I'm in for this. Let's make it uncomfortable for them too.
Mad uncomfortable. I'm in. You know me, man. I just, politically.
But I do want to get there. I do actually want to hear what they have to say. I mean,
yes, I do.
We beat we beat Joe Burrow with the Bengals.
Right.
I don't even know who they're playing this weekend.
Right. Isn't that funny? Like, isn't that ironic? Like, we're playing against a guy that puts mayo in his coffee, and then 4 days later, we play against a head coach with his last name Mayo. A lot of mayonnaise. Like Hellman's week.
Hellman's week, yes.
Hellman's week. Let's do it.
Let's get sponsored by Hellman's. And yes, The Rock does.
Bring out the Hellman's. Bring out the best. All right? You remember that always. Guys, have a good night, and we will see you next Wednesdays right here. Jets Afterburners Podcast. If you have not done so already, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bells. When we place the link, click on it. We want to hear from you guys. And whenever we have a guest on, it's your opportunity to talk to them. Have a great night, everybody. Liam? 1-1.
Go Jets. Let's finally get that dub, man.
Let's do it.
Quarterback. Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Just 14 that first time, now going long. They got a wide open man, and he makes the catch. It's Braylon Edwards taking off. Braylon Edwards will take it home for the touchdown. 80.
First down in San Diego territory at the 47-yard line. Big draw. And Pennington going for 6.